Alrighty guys, what is going up? I hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Now in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to invest your stimulus check. I know a lot of people honestly might use that check to pay for bills or something else that is takes a little more priority over just investing. And for that is completely fine. This is for somebody who has that little extra money to get them through this tough time, and they kind of want to invest this money. We're going to be talking about where to invest it, how to invest it, and pretty much all the perks of investing in the stock market, especially right now. So now before we jump into the episode, right now we're doing the AirPods giveaway. So how you enter, it's honestly super simple. All you got to do is like the video, subscribe to my channel, and then subscribe to the Carter Farr Show. So now once you guys subscribe, you guys will be entered in for that giveaway. We're going to be doing the giveaway sometime around this week, I believe. The biggest thing is I got to go out and actually purchase the AirPods because I like to make a little basket and then I ship them out myself just because it's a little better. I can get a little better deal if I actually go into a store. All right, so now that you jump into the episode, I hope you guys enjoy it. Roll the intro. Let's go. Bam! So now, how do you know if you're going to be getting any money? Well, here's the thing. If you guys are 18 or older and you make less than $75,000, you're going to be getting $1,200. Now, if you guys have any kids, you're going to be getting an extra $500 per child. So if you guys have a lot of kids like the Duggars, they're going to be getting a lot of money. Now, obviously, if you guys are going to be using this money for paying for bills, your mortgage, just your daily spending, groceries, food, obviously that takes priority over investing in the stock market. You guys may need a little more time to save before you guys should be investing. I think if you guys have that little savings account, if you guys have all your bills already paid for, if you guys really aren't worried about your bills because you got a lot more money, then this video is for you. So where should you invest in? What should you invest in? Now, if let's say you guys just lost your job, I want to kind of explain to you guys what you guys should do before you guys invest. The very first thing you guys should do is file for unemployment. Right now, especially in Michigan, they're giving you guys more money because of this virus going around. I can't say the virus's name or I'll get demonetized, but the virus going around is literally wiping out and making people not being able to work. You only can work if you're an essential employee, so most of you guys honestly aren't, and I feel like you guys should be filing for unemployment because I think something is better than nothing. Another thing that you guys can do is file for food stamps. I know you might be saying, I don't want to do that, but obviously you guys can get $50 a month, easy, especially during this hard time. If you tell them you're laid off, you're worried about food, they're going to give you something, and especially if you guys have kids or dependents living in your house. So now, what should you guys invest in? That's the biggest question. What should you invest in? Should you invest in Bitcoin, gold, silver? Should you invest in real estate right now? What should you invest in? Well, me being a stock guy, I always like investing in the stock market. That's where like my cup of tea is. That's where I know the most information about. But the biggest thing, invest in what you know. Invest in what you understand. If you're somebody who knows, baseball cards, there's a lot of money to be made there. If you're somebody who knows a lot about real estate, use this money for some real estate stuff. But overall, don't invest in Bitcoin. Don't, please. I hate Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin honestly will ever work just because it's not really backed by anything. I know people say it's backed by servers, but it needs to be backed by something physical. I feel like that's just my personal opinion. Here's the breakdown of what you guys should invest in. Now, the very first thing you guys should do is take 60% of this check. So this is roughly, $720, and put it in an S&P 500 index fund. So what is an index fund and what is the S&P 500? All right, so the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies on the market. Now, these are companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. These are companies that you and I know of worth hundreds, billions, and trillions of dollars. There's a lot of money in them, and they do have a lot of cash. Now, historically, the S&P 500 has really averaged around 10 to 12% per year. On top of that, they do pay dividends, which is a little extra perk. Now, what is an index fund? Now, imagine if you wanted to purchase the 500 companies. That's going to cost you probably $100,000. Now, imagine if it was all compressed into a low-cost index fund where you may get, a half of a share of Apple, a half of a share of Amazon. They have it all, cut up into little fraction shares, so you can kind of purchase, into all of them without spending hundreds or thousands of dollars buying all of them. So now imagine if you guys took $720, you put it into that, S&P 500 index fund that averages roughly, 10 to 12% per year. And then you put in a little extra $100 per year. So that's literally less than $10 per month into this account. By the time you retire, you will have roughly $81,000 towards retirement. Now, how does this work? Something called compound interest. This is pretty much your money making you more money. And that's the biggest thing you guys can do, especially with these index funds. All right, so now the second thing you guys should do is put money towards blue chip stocks. So these are companies that are worth hundreds of billions or even trillions of dollars. Yes, these are going to be the companies that are in the S&P 500. Now, the reason why you guys should buy them individually, one is because you will get more in dividends. Two, they do carry a little more risk, but the reward is far greater. If you look at Apple, Apple was currently trading at roughly $300. It fell off its peak. Apple is one of the strongest companies you guys can invest in. They have a lot of cash. So now you still have 20% of your money. What should you invest in? Now, I would take roughly 10% of your money and put it towards bonds, like ticker symbol BND. Now, the reason why I would invest in bonds is bonds perform better in a falling market compared to the overall stock market. If you look at the S&P 500, it's fallen roughly 30%. Now, if you look at the bond market, it really hasn't fallen a whole lot. Actually, it's kind of gone up in value if you kind of look at it. So overall, they do pay a nice little dividend of around 3%, and it's a great thing to kind of put your money in. It averages a little less than, 5% per year, plus that 3% dividend. So you can still make some money in it. It's not as great as the S&P 500, but obviously I think you guys should still put a little more money in it. Now, you guys still have 10% of your money. What should you invest in? Now, this investment, in my personal opinion, is more tangible items such as art, baseball cards, courses, books. Obviously, this 10% is kind of investing in yourself. Now, the reason why I kind of say that is because I feel like one of the best investments you can make is in courses, books, and a lot of other education material. Have you ever heard of the saying, the more you learn, the more you earn? And I feel like that's completely true. So if let's say you guys are passionate about, art, go out and, use this money to actually buy some canvas, practice, get some education, some books, and gain some more knowledge about the, topic that you guys feel is your passion. I feel like everybody should go for it and do things that they normally wouldn't do. I feel like that's one of the biggest things people can learn. If let's say your passion is making content on YouTube, take this money and take a little bit of it and buy a little camera. Use your phone, maybe use this to buy an editing software. They're $30. But overall, use this time, use this money to really not die but thrive during this falling market and people are panicking. Take a minute for yourself and do what you guys love to do. That's the overall saying and the overall idea of this video. I just feel like stocks is a great way where you guys can get some money in return. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, and if you guys did, make sure you guys smash that like button. Don't forget about the AirPods giveaway. Also, if you guys want to check out my podcast, all of that will be down below. Go ahead, smash the like button. We'll see you guys tomorrow in another episode. Stay safe, stay happy. I can't even talk. We'll see you guys tomorrow, guys.